Another day at the beach, calm and all. Wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to make a video about toxicity in games? Oh yeah. The beach can wait.
I've been waiting a long time to make this video. I'm gonna put up two definitions of bad manners and toxicity because some people, it's apparently incredibly difficult for them to understand what that means, and they don't understand why it's a bad thing. And I'm gonna go further into detail as to why that is today. You could be toxic in many games, like Fortnite. You could play Destiny and have something toxic happen. In COD, which everybody has seen in COD. As a former Overwatch player myself, I can tell you that Overwatch is also extremely toxic. Or you could just be Tyler Blevins back on H1Z when it was relevant.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit!
But the main reason why I'm making this video is because you could die or have something happen to you in Brawlhalla, a game that is extremely easy to play, very free to play, and has one of the worst toxic communities I've ever seen in my life. Like, there ranges from a lot of different types of toxicity in Brawlhalla, but most of the examples I'm going to show on screen consist of people, you know, taunting and, you know, trying to break your mental, and then it becomes an issue when they die, disconnect, or they just fight a Teros. But for today, I'm just going to talk about a couple of different ways that toxicity has ranged in this game, and how it can be changed, what it does to people, and just how it is in general. So, I'm gonna start off with a kinda common one. This is going to be the post-game chat. Post-game chat in Brawlhalla is a menace at best. It could really break or make someone's day, because it could either be incredibly toxic, or it could be very wholesome. It's random. You never know when it's gonna happen, it just happens. Now, post-game chat, it's mainly for computer players for Brawlhalla, right? And you're not really going to see it in console. However, it's still pretty bad for the computer players. And I'm gonna give you some examples. And yeah, I'm gonna put them on screen right now. There's some people that, oh god, it could really kill your day from what the some of the stuff that they say. And then there's other people where they're just like, oh, that was a pretty fun game, well played, GG's, I hope you have a nice day, bye, stuff like that, right? No. Taunting is probably the second most annoying thing in Brawlhalla altogether. It's something that can cause people to, like, seriously wanna, how do I say this? Oh yeah, break into their house and strangle them in their sleep. Like, taunting is, it's so irritating. You can fight at your absolute best or at your absolute worst. You could play your 100th match of the day or your first match of the day, and regardless, any match you play, it doesn't matter if you give it your all or not, you get killed, someone immediately just taunts you for no reason to make themselves feel better about themselves. And that's why I'm gonna bring up taunting here. There's some taunts that you could do that don't really tilt anybody, like the respect taunt, the salute taunt, the team photo, stuff like that. And then there's taunts like the so salty taunt, the next level, the reads, stuff like that, that completely kill the other person's mental and just pisses them off altogether. Taunting, in short, is the quickest way to gain someone's respect and the quickest way to lose someone's respect. It's just incredibly irritating to deal with. And to make things better, you could get taunted on by people that feel like they're doing good, like they feel like they're all that. They get one clip in, or they or you accidentally SD and then they immediately start taunting. And then when you kill them and you taunt back, you get a bunch of hate messages and stuff. It's kind of funny sometimes, but other times it's just like, come on now. Like, you shouldn't have taunted in the first place. There's really no need for that. If you're going to taunt, I'd say just don't bring it online. Just leave it with your friends. Because you don't know what the other person is going through. You might as well just do it with your friends. Because you know your friends, but you don't know random people out in the world like that. Just chill with the taunting, alright? Just chill with that. It's very annoying and can easily break someone even further down than they already are. Alright, first of all, thanks for making it this far into the video. I highly appreciate it. Now, I'm going to use this time here to show you like the audience's opinion on Toxicity. Let it be from Brawlhalla and games in general, it don't matter. But yeah, I want you to know that this isn't just an issue that I have, but it's more so like a community type of issue. So, here you go. Okay. So yeah, Phantom, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
How do you feel about the state of Brawlhalla, or just toxicity in games in general? How do you feel about toxicity in games?
I feel like they just like need to stop. I personally like. It's one thing if you're like with a friend, and they're, oh my god, you're so trash. They don't like, sure, like they're like poking fun at you, but like it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
But it's like another thing when you're like a complete stranger, like a Gen Z kid, not calling anyone out. And when you're like purposely calling someone trash, it just ruins the game.
And it's community, right?
Yeah. It gives the community like a bad name.
So like if there was a
Like
if there was a new player and they saw that Brawlhalla was extremely toxic, they would feel driven away from the game, right? Case in point.
Shut that noise up.
Case in point.
I feel as though toxicity can be as bad as it is good. For example, PlayStation, so far PlayStation's report system for people, so obviously report people is very, very delicate. I know this because I said something bad inside a chat before and I got reported for it and I got my account suspended for 7 days from one report. On other, websites or apps, it would be like 3 reports and you're off, but that's not the point. The point is, it teaches you. If your account gets suspended because you got mad that somebody said something, it teaches you that next time, keep your feelings in and just ignore that person. Thus, if everybody's not being toxic and everybody's being calm inside the community, it makes a well-rounded community.
How do you guys feel about toxicity in games?
Whoever is toxic, your mom's a hoe.
How do you feel about toxicity in Brawlhalla, or in games in general?
Okay, so my question is, why do games even add like toxic stuff in the first place? Like, why would you add assault time? What is this? It's literally a developer. Like, what? Why? The developers are literally supporting saltiness. Yeah. In Clash Royale, you know that yawning emote with like the princess?
Yeah.
That too, like, why? Why is that a thing? It's so tilting.
There's a couple of games where you could, like, they're
no.
just referred to as emotes instead of taunts, and they hurt you more than, the regular.
Yeah.
If they don't want a toxic community, just don't put toxic stuff in the game, right?
Exactly. I mean, but then again, people are just gonna tell you in post-game chat, the KYS. They're still gonna say that in post-game chat, so like, I don't know, I just think it'll improve, like, it'll be better without those taunts. And then, unless you want to bully your friends, then like, yeah.
I personally agree. If you want to be toxic, do it with your friends, because you don't know what the other person is going through, especially if they're a stranger.
Yeah.
And here we are at the end of the video. So I want to clear up some things and say some things before the video ends. You know, just something extra to add to the video. For one, I already know someone's gonna ask this in the comments, but Slim, don't you taunt on people? Aren't you toxic? Actually, no. What I do is I like to assert my dominance. And what that means is that if I do something cool in a match or something that I feel like is pretty cool, I'll taunt. I'll admit, I'll do that. However, I have no issue if someone does something cool to me and they taunt. That I'll let slide. But if you're just doing it to BM and to be toxic, that's different. Plus, if I do taunt on you and I didn't do something cool or something like that, I taunted because either you did something that annoyed the absolute heck out of me, or like, for example, you're a spammer, or you taunted on me first. Those are the times where I will taunt on you. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up that some of my friends told me to bring up for them, which I have no issues with. For example, European servers for Brawlhalla, those are apparently extremely toxic. I've never experienced them, so I can't give you my personal experience, but I hear that they're pretty bad. I also wanted to bring up like streamers being toxic in videos and streams themselves. So like, for example, one of my friends on Twitter brought up like Dark Ghoul, for example, but his way of being toxic is a bit different, right? Like, he may insult your gameplay, maybe rip on your name, or get on you for certain weapons you play, but he'll never resort to slurs or anything like that, like tell you to kill yourself. That I can respect, and I honestly feel like is pretty cool of him. Now, that's pretty much it. Main moral of this story: don't be toxic to ruin someone's day. It's not cool. If you want to taunt, like just taunt just because, taunt with your friends. Don't do it to random people. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love you all, and have a nice day. Bye.